What's going on, 5-9 Gaming crew? Lethal One up here, and guys, welcome back to another 5-9 Gaming weekly wrap. This series where we go ahead and we talk about the news from the prior week, and I take a couple news pieces and I share them with you guys. So for this week, I have 4 pieces of news that I want to share with you this week. But before we begin, let's as always jump into the games that released this past week, starting with Darksiders 3 dropping on Stadia. For you Stadia fans out there, because I know there's a couple of you, September 14th. We had DeathLoop finally drop for PlayStation 5 and PC. That was on September 14th. Eastward, the game that I told you guys to please keep your eyes out for. Beautiful indie title on Switch and PC September 16th. Origami 2 on multiple platforms, PlayStation 5, Series X and S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC. That was September 17th. And Ni no Kuni the second, Revenant Kingdom on Switch September 17th. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and drop into our very first piece of news, and that is the new Nintendo Switch controller is apparently coming. Now I'm getting this from Nebelian over on Twitter, specifically going into detail like this. Nintendo has filed an FCC listing for a new controller with the model number HAC043. Now, if you didn't know, they pretty much previously dropped the NES controller when they dropped the announcement of the NES service dropping on Nintendo Switch Online. And if you're following the trend here, they did the same thing with the SNES controller, right? Same thing, they even dropped the physical controller so you can kind of enjoy those games and, you know, feel more immersive, I guess you could say. But then to kind of further prove this, right? The point is, it's a good chance, and I've talked about it before, but it's a good chance that we're going to be getting a new console service being added to NSL. A lot of people are saying Game Boy Color, or N64. There's even the ones that are wildly going out there and saying GameCube. I don't know if we're there yet, but Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, or just regular Game Boy, and then the N64, they seem like such big candidates. And I know I've said before, Game Boy, at least I was really pushing for Game Boy Advance just because we're getting into the launch of Metroid Dread, and it made a lot of sense to make the previous games like Metroid Fusion playable. And by doing that, maybe they could just, you know, they could always just like port over the game or something like that. But bringing the new service, which a lot of people want to see at this point, Game Boy Advance, made a lot of sense. But now the big one is apparently N64, but you know, we still don't know yet. But this listing for a new special controller, I think is definitely solidifying the fact that we're definitely going to be getting a new console being added to the Nintendo Switch Online service. And then to kind of go back to what I was saying here, to kind of further prove this point, right? The SNES controller that they designed and made, that they dropped, that model number was HAC042. The one I just gave you was HAC043. It looks like it'd be the next one. And again, it just really kind of pushes the fact that, okay, that model number and that listing is so close to what we got for the SNES one. It really does push the fact that, hey, we're probably gonna get something added to the Nintendo Switch Online service. And it's, again, for my concerns and thoughts, I mean, I just want to push it over to you guys, and you guys let me know, what would you rather see for the next, like, you know, console emulation kind of service for them to add to Nintendo Switch Online? Do you want to see that N64 one? Do you want to see the Game Boy Advance one, Game Boy Color, Game Boy? I mean, let me know down below. And for those of you that are saying GameCube, I don't think we're going to see that anytime soon, but honestly, who knows? Really, who knows? I know the other point that I have here too is a lot of people are saying that, you know, if they add like N64, for example, they got NES, SNES, and then potentially, right, like N64. That's a pretty crazy backlog of games that they're kind of adding to their service, right? And so a lot of people are saying if they do something like that, would that justify a more premium tier of pricing? Should you pay more than, like, what? I think it's like $20 a year or something like that. It's so, right now the Nintendo Switch Online service it's kind of cheap compared to the competitors that are out there. But to be fair, Nintendo Switch Online service is also a lot more bare bones, I think, than the competition in terms of what is it offering you. Don't get me wrong, they're offering you a great selection of legacy games. But then you look back to the service of what else you're getting. It's the ability to play online gaming, right? Some deals, I think eShop takes advantage of some deals. They are doing those like weekly game trials. It's still a trial. I think you get it for like a week. But, you know, I think the question is, you know, if they do a price hike, would it be justifiable? And then going back to what I was kind of going with, you know, they don't have a party chat system. I don't even think they have like a messaging system besides the app itself that they have on the smartphones that I don't think anybody uses. Do me a favor. for those of you that are like really big Nintendo Switch Online users, do you use, you know, the actual smartphone app when you play your multiplayer games? Are you using Discord? I tend to go to Discord with my friends, and so I never ever touch the app. But maybe that could also be a thing too, where they're saying a lot of individuals are just using Discord anyways, because it is a pretty common thing to do now. So I guess, again, I want to hear from you guys. Would the price hike be justifiable? And then also, do you use that smartphone app? Because I need to know. On top of, you know, do you want to see N64 or the Game Boy being added in? But that is story number 1. Let's go ahead and jump into story number 2. And that is the Pulse 3D wireless headsets, you know, for the PlayStation 5 are actually going to be dropping in the Midnight Black color edition. And that's launching in October. Now, I'm getting this information from the PlayStation blog from Isabella Tomatis. Now, again, this is via PlayStation blog. They pretty much said the following. A new look for the Pulse 3D headset will match the same color scheme as the DualSense Midnight Black wireless controller. Apparently, it's 2 subtly different shades of black. The Pulse 3D headset in Midnight Black will begin rolling out globally at participating retailers in October, which I can tell you right now, some retailers are doing pre-orders. Already near me, a lot of them kind of sold out, which I was kind of shocked, but just keep that in mind that some of them are doing some pre-orders and they did begin already, so go check that out. To add, it says the Pulse 3D headset is specifically designed to take full advantage of the console's Tempest 3D audio tech, with a fine-tuned frequency response to help players more precisely place sounds in exact locations to match on-screen gameplay. Now, if you haven't done this already, I mentioned this before, we dropped a ton of videos this past week, right? There's a couple big story ones that we dropped, but also we did drop for PlayStation the big update that dropped. And we kind of went through all the different things that they announced. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly talk about a quick feature they did add that is for the actual headset itself. So again, as I mentioned in the PS5 update, go check that breakdown, but they introduced a new equalizer control feature for those Pulse 3D headsets within the PlayStation 5 sound settings. Now, the Pulse 3D headset users can now select from 3 presets, and that's going to be standard, bass boost, and shooter, which is designed to place extra emphasis on sounds and footsteps and different fired shots. It's supposed to just help you all, you know, experience that immersion, right? Those are pretty big things that they're doing. So this is pretty cool. I mean, I got mine. Actually, I can show you guys right here. I have the white ones, and I have the Midnight Black controller, which I also have right here. So it's gonna kill me now because I'm like, I really want to match it. I like the Midnight Black color scheme. I'm just an overall. I think I like the black color a lot more, anyways. But now they're dropping the headset. So my thought, and I want to toss it over to you guys, let me know in the comment section down below, does this mean that we will see finally a Midnight Black console edition? Let me know. Or maybe, you know, because the faceplates are detachable, so will we see faceplates that are, you know, for that color? Will they show you how to put it on? You know, they're doing actually a really good job for that SS2 storage, right? And how to show you how to take it out and do stuff like that. So I'd imagine they might do the same thing with the faceplates, but I want to hear your guys' thoughts on that. Let me know down below in the comment section. Now, jumping into story number 3, we have games that are coming to Game Pass and new games receiving touch controls. This is from Xbox Wire from Megan Spur. So I'm going to go through the listing here with some dates for games that are coming to Game Pass. So on September 15th, we have a game called Flynn that is dropping. September 16th, we have I Am Fish, Skatebird, Subliminal, and then September 17th, we have Origami 2. September 23rd, we have Lost Words, Sable, Subnautica, Tainted Grail, and then September 28th, we have Lemnis Gate, and then September 30th, we have Astria Ascending, Unsighted, and then October 1st, we have Phoenix Point. Now, a couple games that are going to be getting the touch controls, that is Blinks the Time Sweeper, Crimson Skies, High Road to Revenge, we have Christ Tales, Halo Spartan Assault, Halo Wars Definitive Edition, and then Halo Wars 2. We have Last Stop, Omno, Raji the Ancient Epic, Tropical 6, and The Medium. That's actually pretty cool for The Medium because it's a brand new game. Having some touch controls in a game like that, it's really cool. And there's no thoughts or concerns to this. I always think Game Pass is such a good deal. I will stand by that because it is an incredible deal. The fact that they're giving their games touch controls for people that are playing it on their phone with xCloud, I think that's just, it's ridiculous. Let me know down below, you know, if you're still playing, if you're using Game Pass, I wouldn't know, you know, are you still with Game Pass since it launched? I know a lot of people who've kind of fallen off of it a little bit. So I wouldn't know, do you still take advantage of all the stuff that Game Pass has to offer, especially with xCloud, right? Are you using like those touch controls that they're adding to the games? Are you playing these games on your phone? Let me know down below in the comment section. And then jumping into our final story here, pretty much we got review scores for DeathLoop, and that was a pretty big game that was dropping last week, and the review scores are actually really good. Going down the list here, we had Eurogamer call it an essential game, GameSpot gave it a 10, IGN gave it a 10, we have VG247 5 out of 5, The Sixth Axis a 10, VGC gave it a 5 out of 5, Game Informer a 9, Destructoid 9, Press Start 9, Easy Allies 8. That's a really good score for a game that, I'll be honest, I did not think it was going to do as good as it's doing, pretty much. But shout out to Arkhice Studios. This is a big win for them. This is a great game. I mean, they've always had great games in the past, but this is a tremendous big big thing for them. And to be honest, technically, kudos to Xbox, because that is their studio, and so this can technically count as an Xbox title, because this game is a time exclusivity thing. It will eventually make its way back to the Xbox platform, but technically, like I said, GG's to Xbox. That's a great game. They need a good collection, right? A good library to start building up. So what a great one to add to it. And that honestly is all the stories that I have for this week. But coming out for next week, some games I want you to keep your eyes out for. One of which that I'm extremely excited for that's finally dropping, and that is Kena Bridge of Spirits on the PlayStation 5, the PlayStation 4, and on the Epic Game Store on PC. That is September 21st. And then we also have Diablo 2 Resurrected. That's on September 23rd. Then we have Lost Judgment, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and that's September 24th. And that's it. Those are all the news stories that I have to share with you guys this week. Again, let me know down below in that comment section your thoughts on everything that we just talked about today. And do me a favor, if you haven't already, hit that like button if you enjoyed today's video. And also, if you enjoy the content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But do me a bigger favor, go back to our past videos, because I know we dropped so many videos this week. Go check out each and every one of them, especially that PlayStation 1 if you haven't already. A big update that dropped. And PlayStation, they're doing a lot of consumer-friendly things now, I think. So it's really cool to see what they're doing, especially that extra storage option. So definitely go check that out. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Lethal1Up, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.